Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know who it is. It's your boy Shrek, and we're back with another video, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do another vlog today. I don't know what we have going on right now. I just left the pilot. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just leaving the pilot. Came to help out one of my buddies. His truck was dead, his batteries were dead, so we just came to give him a quick jump. So we're going back to the shop right now, see what we get into, see what's on the menu today, see what we show you guys. So stay tuned, guys. Alrighty guys, so we are back to this truck. I don't know if you guys remember, we did do on this one, we did the oil cooler, but not the actual oil cooler. We just changed the O-rings that go on the oil cooler with the oil module that goes on the inside. And then we also went ahead and replaced a bunch of the injector tube seals, and we did the injector cups. Unfortunately, it came back because it has oil again in the coolant, and there's coolant in the fuel. So something isn't right. Something didn't match up. The other issue is that we also did, I believe we did a pickup manifold or a pickup tube on this one as well. And the time I did that, when I took off the oil pan, I did find a lot of metal in his oil pan. I think I posted, I'm not sure if I posted a little short on it. If I have footage on that one, I'll go ahead and post it in this video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And we did, that was the first thing we ever did on this truck, on this engine, do that pickup tube. It was a pickup tube, the seals or the O-rings for the cross tubes between the pickup manifold and the oil pump. And when that happened, we did advise the owner that we needed to tear this apart because he had a bunch of metal in his oil pan. But unfortunately, he didn't want to do none of that. And I know that's pricier, so maybe that's also why he didn't want to do it. Either way, that was a concern from the start. After that, we went ahead and did the, like I said, the little O-rings on the oil cooler. We didn't replace the oil cooler. He didn't want to do that. Just wanted to do the rings, and then we did do the gasket that goes around it. After that, that's when we went ahead and did the, well, injector tube seals. We did them at the same time, and then after that, we did the injector cups. So unfortunately, it's passing oil into the coolant and coolant into the fuel. So something's not right. So now we're gonna go ahead and break it down again and see if we are able to catch anything by taking off the valve cover again and verifying that everything's right, or see, maybe we might get an idea. If not, we're gonna have to start tearing it apart. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take that off and I will update you guys. All right guys, so now we're taking off the injector harness. I already disconnected the batteries. Remember I told you guys, disconnect at least the negative sides of your batteries. We just took off the bolts, the Torx bolts. I just need some hex bolts now, or Allen head bolts, I believe, to remove it, and then that'll be done. But let me show you guys what we have our boy Jeroni working on. So we're finally getting this truck out. I don't know if I showed you guys, we had a heater problem, like it wouldn't get hot. Finally fixed it. I'll explain more on what I did, but right now Jeroni found a leak on an airbag and he's about to do it. How are you gonna do it? You have no ideas, and you're already starting wrong. Let it build up air. So this is all leveled, and then what you're gonna do, remove the line off the fitting. This is the old style fittings. Usually they have the push fittings like this one, push, the quick ones. So what you're gonna do is remove it while it has air in it, bend the line, pinch it so everything else has air in it and this one doesn't. That way it'll be easier. I'll show you right now more. So go ahead and help it build air, or get it to build air. All right, over here guys, what we ended up doing with this one, or what I ended up doing with this one, I did change the heater core because there's no heat in either the cab or the bunk. So I did change the heater core. That didn't fix anything, but it fixed the smell of coolant that it had. The other thing I did do is change all the little motors on all the little trap doors that tell it to select the heat, the position, the speed. I changed all those with another truck we have just to make sure it wasn't none of that, that they weren't opening or closing. That didn't fix it. The last thing I did gotta talk a little louder, was I turned it on and I removed the lines for the heater core. And when I removed them, they had like, I want to say kind of like rust in the, it was like rusted water. So once I took those off, it had like a little bit of rust and debris in them. Now the heater's working, so it had to do something with the lines. Something was clogged up. I'm pretty sure the heater core was passing like gunk through it already, and it clogged up the ends of the hoses. So we got that going. The heater's working perfectly fine now. We're doing a final inspection on this truck because it is going on the road here soon. I believe later tonight it leaves. So right now we're doing one last look around or checkup and making sure it's good to go, guys. But I will show you guys how I teach them how to do the airbag. So get a cutter for the zip tie as well. Yeah, get your cutter for the zip tie. You gotta cut the zip tie first, buddy. My boy bought a blade to cut off zip ties. What's going on, boss? Buenos dias. Well, as you guys can tell, that airbag was all cracked up. Usually happens from being parked for too long, and they just get weathered. So this is basically how we're gonna do this one. Ay cabrón, porte bien. You just pinch the line so there's no air going through it, and the other ones have air in them. Man, they're all cracked up. I just noticed what you're saying. All of them. Yeah. So it still has air, so it's enough room to be able to put in the new airbag right there. Basically how you do an airbag. Switch all over all the fittings and put your lines on in. Good to go. Not much to show there. All right, guys, so quick update. These are the injectors. We already went ahead and pulled them all out. We are going to send them out to get checked because we didn't do that last time. The owner did not want to send them out. Now we are, just to check this out, make sure they're not overfueling as well. As you can tell, I number them all just so we have them right in the same position back going in, the same way we took them out. I actually line up my little injector. I don't remember the name of this, but that's what holds the injector down in place. The bolt goes through here, so I also put them, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And same thing with the tubes, because some of them do go one way and some of them don't. Actually number them as well. See, there's a 1, there's 2, and so on and so forth. So let me show you guys what we have going on over here. I did put some pressure on this. It doesn't have any more, but I did have pressure on this to put pressure inside of the cooling system to check inside. And unfortunately some of them did look a little wet. So we are checking each and every injector cup and making sure it doesn't have coolant in it. We will retorque them one more time just to make sure, but so far that's the status. That's where we're at right now. So we'll take those, drop them off to get them checked, and continue from there. We're also going to drop the oil, make sure it doesn't have any more metal in it because the engine does sound really rough. So that's also another thing we're going to be doing on it. So for now, it is lunchtime, right, Jeroni? Lunch. Ooh, my boy got new wrenches. I'll leave a link down below for some wrenches that are on sale right now on Amazon. They might help you guys out. Well, we'll be going to lunch now. We'll be right back. So another thing I forgot to mention, guys, is that, as you can tell, that is not just fuel. It looks like it has coolant. You'll see it right here when I open the drain. You can tell it has coolant in it. So there is definitely coolant in the system. We're not sure if that coolant is from the previous, before we did the flush and changed the cups and all that, just because we never switched out this filter. The owner did not want to switch it. He just didn't want to spend the money on it, which kind of defeats the point. But yeah, so right now we're gonna drain the coolant and go from there.